Another brick fan here with a 2020 Hidden Side set. This is the Lighthouse of Darkness. This is set 70431, was released in January 2020, has 540 pieces, 5 minifigures, and cost about $50 when it was released. Overall, I really like the look of this set. I think it looks quite good here. It does look a lot like other lighthouses that have been released, particularly the one for the Scooby-Doo series, but I do like the color scheme. I think the use of the gray for all the rocks, and then the white lighthouse, and then I like the forest green accents on the roof there and the awning over the front door. I think the pier looks really good. There's a nice little lantern there on the end. There's a small jet ski vehicle that works really good with the set. Let's get the minifigures out of the way. We'll review those in a few minutes, but let's take a closer look at the main build of this set. As you can see, this set is quite tall, and I like the technique for putting the lighthouse on kind of a little bit of an angle there, and that's done by using some rounded plates and then the bases that allow them to spin, so it allows for putting the tower at an interesting angle. Some really good detailing around the set, so let's zoom in here a little bit. And you see that nice sticker there for the front door, as well as this cavern area here. Off to the side of the set, you also see the color selector there off to the side, and this is in the same design as several of the sets from this wave. There's a nice dock here, as I pointed out, and then some rock formations there along the side. They're using a new lantern piece here on the end of the dock to provide some light. Over here, there's a area where they have another green color tile, which can interact with the application. Moving up to the top, you see they have this nice green roof with a black underneath it. A railing here around it. They have, like they do with many of these hidden side sets, they have spots here for the minifigures, as well as one down lower on the top of the cavern. In its monster form, you see that the lighthouse rotates around, and we get this big eye that you can see behind the windows there, and there's a couple of blue quarter round tiles up here to indicate the alignment of the eye. Let's move out again, and we'll take a look at the full monster transformation for this. Now that we've zoomed out, we can take a look at the rest of the monster transformation for this building. You see that these panels open to expose some teeth, and there are teeth exposed on both levels. So the ones on this top level you see are horizontal facing out, and then on the bottom there's teeth that are on the top and the bottom. So there's a slight monster transformation, and the last part of the transformation is a set of claws that come out. There's a couple of rods here in the back that if you press on them, they push these claws out underneath that little rock formation next to the dock, which I think is a really cool look, and I like how those are integrated and hidden quite well inside of the model. Looking around back, you see that there's some spaces. Let's start here on the top. Starting here on the top, you see the lighthouse area. Down below that is a little bit of a control room with a control panel and a desk for figures to sit at. Down below that is kind of a little entertainment room. You see a chess or checkerboard there. That little red piece right here is what controls the claws moving in and out. And then underneath the rock formations, there's a couple of other little areas down there as well. In fact, there is a hidden golden unicorn horn here underneath this little piece here. And another colored tile underneath this flip-up area as well. Let's take a quick look on how this interacts with the application. So here in the application, the first thing we need to do is scan the set. So we say we got it. There it is. Scan the set, then it plays this little intro piece. You see the good animation of the different pieces of the set interacting with a nice light going around in circles. See that it wants us to check the color wheel, which is on the far side. It shows you down there. It's taking a look around. You see the nice rocks and broken up shoreline, the ocean moving down there. There's a little cabin over here, some caves, a big storm going on, and there's a little ghost face up there in the clouds. It fades in and out. I've always been very impressed with the different animations they put on this as well. Let's go ahead and turn this control to yellow. There it is. Now we match up our target, tap, and we need to find the yellow gloom, which looks like it's right here. Tap on that, get rid of it. There we are, and then we move on through the rest of the colors. Very nicely done, and I like how the environment is much, much bigger than the set. Little crabs wandering around, flames going on. Very fun, interactive application. Now let's take a look at the minifigures. As I mentioned in the opening, this set comes with 5 minifigures. It includes Jack, a skeleton, Parker, Jenny Napo, and Claus Stormward. We're going to start with Jack and Parker, our heroes of the story. These two hair pieces or head pieces are different than they were in the first wave. Jack is no longer wearing his sweatshirt, so his hoodie is not visible here on this particular figure, and he's wearing his red hat backwards. So his hair is molded directly into the hat, which I think looks really good. Parker is wearing headphones instead of her yellow stocking cap, which she wore in last year's waves. The detailing on Jack's jacket is very good, and then I like this jean jacket look for Parker with the patches all over it. I think looks really good. She has her signature P necklace around her neck, if you look closely there. Their mobile devices are the same as they have always been. Jack with the black one, and Parker with the orange, pinkish orange colored one. I like the dual molding here of the teal colored headphones she's got over her pink hair, which I think looks very nice. That hat piece that Jack is wearing is also quite good. The back of Jack is pretty plain with just a simple white stripe on the bottom. Parker has a bunch more patches on the back here, and both have alternate expressions, which both look very angry and looking like they're ghost fighting. Probably their battle faces, I would expect. But good alternate prints for both of these characters. Let's move on and look at the other 3 minifigures that come with this set. Next up we have Claus Stormward, who is the lighthouse keeper. I really like his sand green slicker outfit. The cap, the sailor cap that he's wearing, I've seen in earlier Hidden Side sets in that dark yellow-orange color. Now it's really good to see that in the sand green. Jenny Napo is our scuba diver here, with a lot of nice printing on her, different seaweed and stuff attached to her there. She's carrying a spear gun. Looks like there's a patch on her wetsuit as well. The skeleton is just a standard skeleton face, and then the standard skeleton body with the kind of claw-like feet here on the bottom. Getting the accessories out of the way, you can see a really nice look at the print here on this sand green slicker that Claus is wearing. Black hands for gloves appears, some nice buckles and stuff here. As I pointed out, there's some debris here on the front of our scuba diver. The dive mask, of course, goes down in front of her face, which I think looks very nice. It's a good piece. She does have some printing on the toes here. So we go around them. No side printing on any of them. There's some interesting back printing on claws here with some, looks like slime or something there on him. He does not have an alternate face. Jenny has an alternate face, as you see here. Let's take her scuba tank off. There you can see the rest of her printing, a little more coral or plant life here. And some other patches in her dive suit, it looks like. Coming back around to the front. You see that I've taken off the beard from Klaus. So you can see the rest of his face with a nice sideburn print and then the mustache and part of the beard there on his face. As with all hidden side sets, there are minifigures that get haunted or gloomed. Let's take a look at the gloomed versions of these characters. Here are the gloomed versions of Klaus and Jenny. This is the windswept beard piece that you've seen, that is seen in many of these sets, and the standard trans green head for both of them. Good expressions on it. I like the bushy eyebrows on Klaus there. One of the things that's new in this 2020 wave is this extra, what I call gloom accessory pack. So there's all kinds of different gloom elements, like this power piece, claws, little pointed blasts here, these pieces. So you can add a lot of additional character to these. All these extra gloom pieces can be used to add different character to the pieces, different action poses and things. I just put a couple on here for an example, but these can be used in many ways, so it's a nice inclusion with the set. Let's go back and I'll give you my final thoughts on this Lighthouse of Darkness. Overall, I really like the look of this set. The transformation into a monster is pretty good. That eye that is up in the lighthouse tower looks very good. The claws at the bottom that retract underneath that rock formation was cleverly integrated. I really appreciate how they designed that. There's some nice detailing used with these stickers to show some brickwork coming through the white paint of the tower itself. The inside of the tower is very cramped, not a lot of room to put your minifigures in and play, but there are a few little pieces in there to show that the tower is lived in and occupied. As I mentioned when looking at the minifigures, I like how the lighthouse keeper, or Claw's Stormward, the sailor cap that it came in a yellow or dark yellow color in earlier hidden side sets, and of course it's been a piece that's been around for a long time, but I think it looks really good in this sand green color. The diver is also got some really good, nice printing on it, and I do like this small little jet ski build that Jack is riding on. The stickers on it look really good. It of course has a ghost fighting weapon on the side there, and a nice simple design that looks really good. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this hidden side set. I'm going to get started on another video. Until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and be sure and subscribe to my channel for more of my content. If you enjoyed the hidden side, take a look at my hidden side playlist, which I've linked up here on the screen.